Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
we got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei is coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know what? It's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan, we're on tour.
days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
These Prison Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
We're in Japan and we're on tour.
We go to 3 track days on this tour. We got Mayhan, Bihoku, and TKL.
Then we're going to take you to up garages. We're going to go check out awesome workshops like Rocket Bunny, Trial, you name it, we got it.
You know it, it's going to be jam-packed. We're also going to take this tour to Ebisu for a 7-day add-on to the November tour.
And we're going to be hanging doors with guys like Adam LC, people from Aussie, everybody you've ever wanted to see. I think there's even going to be some sneaky Drift Masters guys there. And Ryusei's coming in for a pop too.
And you know it's going to be all recorded like a documentary, so you can see what we're doing here on tour by the one and only band down the street.
So, are you wondering why you haven't joined this tour? Because I am too. So come and do some skids with us and change your life.
to BMW M3. Tomorrow he will be driving 235 in his actual Pro Spec build E36 that has a LS3 stroker in it. His sponsors are Drift Colorado, 3 Series parts, and DeWild's engines, as well as Revolution Chiropractic. They're switching positions now. Courtney in the lead, initiating now. Nice clutch kick, a little faint entry. Good momentum there. Transitioning through the touch and go. Levi with a nice snappy transition behind her. Good proximity on that touch and go. Bit shallow lead line through those couple outer zones, but making up for it there. See how they transition into the final zone here. Listen to that SR20 screaming. Sounds good. So far, pretty solid start to our morning. And these battles are just rapid firing. I want to give a quick big shout out to all of our sponsors and partners allowing us to come out here and do this weekend and host for the drivers, giving drivers incentives and deals on different parts and everything. We've got Cage Kits on board, SoFine USA, Race Club Fabrication, Low-Eye Media, Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, Prisma Labs, NRG, Ignition Speed, TDMI Imports, Street Rivals, J&A Racing Oil, Vitor, and Zestino tires. We've got Race Treads. We've got tire services out here by Gas, which is Jason Franklin, swapping out tires for all of our drivers this weekend. Thank you very much for coming out and doing that. Black Widow Exhaust has been on board this season. And out here at the track, thank you to PPIR for hosting us. First time hosting an event out here in Colorado at PPIR. So it's been great so far. Very, very nice facility. And they've been very welcoming with everybody. We've had, we showed up a little early, had a couple drivers show up early, and the hospitality has been wonderful. So thank you very much, PPIR, for having us. It's been a great start to the weekend. Let's check in on the live stream chat. How are we doing, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Now, into this next battle, we've got E46 Wagon in the lead. And chasing him down, another E36 Vert, which in the Vert is Ben Odgers. Odgers. Ben Odgers in the Vert. He is one of the owners of Drift Japan, flew out here from Australia, and came out to support and drive 215. And in the lead in that wagon is Jacob Shepard. So now they're switching positions. Going to come in hot into this next battle. Let's see how he throws down. And Ben Odgers is a, is it D1? D1 New Zealand? Yep. New Zealand professional driver competing out in Formula Drift out there. Their Pro Series, which is pretty neat to see him come stateside and come rip some laps in a little missile of an E36, putting down a very nice fluid line there through these outer zones, looking like he's been driving all week. This is his first morning hopping in that car. Big shout out to Drift Japan. If you guys are unaware, the winners of the series, so we've got our top two guys, right? Top two guys.
The winner of the 215.
Winner of 215 and winner of 235 are getting a trip to Japan hosted by Drift Japan. It is a 10-day long experience where they've got like 5 different cars out there, and they'll go to 3 different tracks and get to drive a couple different cars, get seat time at a couple different legendary tracks, go sightsee around Japan and do different activities out there, see some historical things, and visit car meets and go to the track and get some seat time at these new Japanese tracks. And Drift Japan is kind of like an all-inclusive service that these guys have started up to where you can pay them for a 10-day all-inclusive experience, essentially. to where if you want to go out overseas and go drive, you can, fly out there and they take care of accommodations, of transport, of the vehicles, where you just go, you arrive, you drive, you have fun with the boys, and it's a great time. And coming up into this next battle, we've got Jeff Coonrod in that red Scion FRS, powered by a Honda 4-cylinder K-Series engine. And in the white E36, we've got Gardner Dominic. Oh, looks like not the E36 battling Jeff. It's going to be Nate Pena in that blue 350Z. Will we have points on screen? Yeah, we'll get those points on the screen. Nate in the lead in that 350Z, big feint entry. Jeff sucking right in on him in the chase. Good proximity there. Nate's filling all of outer zone 1. That's what we want to see. Checking up, looking good into OZ2 there, transitioning now through that touch and go. Both of these guys have driven just about every round of the series and are two very consistent drivers. These guys just come out and kill it every round, and it's great seeing them get to drive together. And Jeff is actually a Colorado native, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the closest event for him all year. Oh, Nate getting a little too aggressive there, diving in, checking up, bit of a bobble there. Let's see him recover on this transition now. Reinitiation in the chase. Jeff with a nice fluid, smoky lead line. Looking very comfortable. Nate had a pretty good recovery there after that mistake after OZ1. And now this next battle in the white E36, Gardner Dominic. And in the chase, in that pink Lexus IS300, we've got Caitlin Jones. Looking good, nice, fast, quick, snappy lead line there by that E36. Good proximity into those outer zones. Filling up nice and wide. Placing the car right where it should be. And now they're going to switch positions. Let's see Caitlin on this initiation. The nice flick entry. Seems like that's been the primary way of a lot of these drivers coming in down that straightaway, is a nice big feint into OZ1. Very smooth lead line by Caitlin there. A little shallow, but looking good, looking good. I'm a very big fan of IS300s, so I got to try to not be a little biased with my commentary here. And now these drivers, a part of the series, are able to take advantage of amazing discounts given from our partnering companies. Like I listed off earlier, we got Society, Drift to Pan, Ignition Speed, Black Widow Exhaust, J&I Oil. We got deals on tires. Tire Streets is on board this season as well with a racer support program. You can apply on their website, and you receive a discount of 7% off all products on racetreads.com. They get a custom discount code to provide to your community and earn cash, actually, from each sale that you make through your code. Invited out to motorsports events. They got tickets to events that they sponsor across the country, and community challenges also to build relationships with other drivers in the program as well. So Race Treads came on board offering some great incentives for these drivers. And now Forrest Furtz in that silver Toyota Altezza, and in the chase in the Mazda Miata We got Ross Hagberg. Bit of an inactive chase there. Unfortunately, coming out of drift through OZ1. Straightened out and had to reinitiate. Forrest looking solid in the lead there. The beautiful cage work and the lace roof on that Altezza. I love that car. It's like if I were to build another IS300 or if I was to build an Altezza, that's probably what I would do. 1J, cage, all the drift goodies. And we got another girl battle here. In the lead, Patricia Upton in that purple 350Z, and chasing her down in that Nissan S13, we got Courtney Wirtz. Nice proximity through that touch and go there. Shallow through OZ, through each of those outer zones, but that touch and go was looking great. See transitioning now into the final zone there. Solid run from both drivers. Now let's see how they do switching positions. Courtney in the lead, Patricia in the chase. Get that momentum. Nice big entry. Good placement into OZ2. Transitioning now to that touch and go. Kiss in OZ3. Pretty smooth lead line there. Maybe a little shallow through a couple of the zones, but very fluid. Not many corrections that I was noticing. How are we doing live stream chat? Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for tuning in to our event this weekend. We're out here at Pikes Peak International Raceway in the lovely state of Colorado. And this next battle got Jacob Shepard in the lead in that E46 wagon. It's not often you see wagon drift builds. And then in the chase, we got Jake Fleming in that E36. And remember, UDC is proudly presented by Energy and Prisma, the leaders in automotive safety, style, and innovation. From racing seats and harnesses to steering wheels and beyond, Energy and Prisma Labs are keeping our drivers locked in and ready to send it. And safety first, that's why every competitor has the opportunity to be protected by Cage Kits cages. Cage Kits came on board this year offering deals and discounts to our drivers, as well as I believe the winners of the series get a roll cage. Cage Kits uses 3D scanning and robotic manufacturing to engineer very precision cages for whatever chassis it may be. They're 3D scanning the inside of the cars, they're designing the cages in CAD, and then the cages are then bent. The tubes for the cages are then CNC bent and notched on big machinery so that everything is repeatable, it's accurate, it's going to be the same every time, and you get the best ideal fitment for whatever chassis those cages are going in. Plus, we are giving back to our drivers with amazing discounts on racing tires like Zestino and Vitor, exclusively available at www.udc.news. Also head over to Race Treads as well for good deals on tires.
For next year, Pro Light class are open.
And yes, applications for our 235 Pro Light class are open currently. So go onto the website and apply. If you like what you see and you want to come out and drive and run a 235 tire, then you can apply to compete in next season.
215 is also open.
And 215 is open, yeah. 215 is open registration. 235s are going to be an approved list, so you have to apply to drive 235. And this weekend and throughout the entire season, we've had track staffing organized by Race Club Fabrication, keeping the rounds safe and running smoothly. Media managed by Low Eye Media, capturing all these smoky slides and close battles. Competition zones laid out by Cat Daddy Tuning, where the action is getting real. And of course, a massive thank you to all of our track staff, all of our volunteers, all the media, the judges, everyone that has come together to make this happen. Thank you, everybody. And also, thank you to all the drivers that have had faith in the series, that have signed up and come out here to have fun and prove that they can compete and get a podium and win some prizes. It definitely takes a village to put on something like this. And thank you to all 26 of you guys in the live stream. Now, this next battle, we've got Caitlin Jones in that IS 300, and chasing her down is Jeff Coonrod in the Scion FRS. I love that Jeff's car sounds like a street bike. It sounds like a irritated beehive screaming out on track. I hope so. Did he bring both? Because he has the...
I have both here today. I saw he only brought the red car today, but...
Okay, yeah, because the red car has been doing 215 on. I mean, he's done 235, right, in the red car at other events. But I hope that he brings out the LS car for 235 tomorrow. That would be a cool little wild card.
He brought that to the Toge, and
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah, Jeff went out and drove Utah Toge this year. That was last month, right? Last month? Yeah, that was about a month ago.
Yep.
And up next, looks like we've got Forrest Wirtz in the Altezza and Nate Pena in the 350Z. Let's see these guys get at it. I want to see an aggressive, nice smooth lead line to allow a good aggressive chase. Nate, a little, I don't know about shallow on initiation, but took a little bit of a shallow line there to maintain that proximity. A little bit of a bobble coming through touch and go, but now transitioning to OZ4. Forrest with a nice fluid lead line there. Nate looking solid behind him. Good proximity through the last outer. Now, switching positions, we got Nate in the lead, Forrest in the chase. Nate with a nice big flick feint entry. Coming in hot. Let's see how he places the car into OZ1. Looking good, filling OZ1. Forrest right there, right behind him. Not giving him too much room to spare there. Transitioning, looking good through that next outer zone. Let's see how it comes up on the wall. Pretty good proximity there. Great mimicry by Forrest in the chase. A little bit of contact, kind of bumping him around. Good aggressive battle. That's what we want to see. I like seeing the 215 guys get nice and aggressive with each other.
You always need someone else talking with.
It definitely helps a lot having, yeah. Up next, we've got Patricia Upton in that purple 350Z with a big wing on the back of it. And in the white E36, we got Gardner Dominic. Both of these drivers are Colorado locals. Nice wide initiation. Good fill of OZ1 by the lead car, smoking those tires out, kissing OZ2. Transitioning now, a bit of a wide transition through touch and go there. Kind of shallow through that third OZ. But nonetheless, a very fluid lead line there. Making up for it through the last two zones. Switch positions now, E36 in the lead. A little bit of a bobble in the chase, but still good mimicry there, setting a nice pace in the chase, very consistent proximity. May not be right on the door, but was pretty consistent length behind the lead car there for a second. Lead car doing a good job of filling those outers. So far, so good. Very smooth start to the race. I don't want to jinx anything by saying, thankfully, we haven't had anything go wrong yet. But thankfully, we haven't had anything, no hiccups, no contacts, no crashes, no fluids on the track. So far, so good. And all the drivers seem stoked to be here. We had a solid drivers meeting this morning. Everyone is pretty familiar with the track, pretty familiar with the flow. So it was very brief. It was quick. It was to the point. And we got right into practice.
We had a big crash on the interstate this morning.
Yeah, there was a big crash on the freeway, and so which pushed our day back by like 30 to 45 minutes now. Some of the drivers were late because of traffic. But you can't control it. Now in that E46 wagon, got Jacob Shepard, and in the chase, in the Mazda Miata, Ross Hagberg. Getting very wide through that last outer zone, kissing the dirt. Oh, and he pulled off. I wonder if there's an issue with the car, or maybe he got confused about doing the next run. Is he going to turn around and get back in line, or is he going back to the pits? Let's see. Is this going to be a buy run for the Miata? Oh, nope. He's looping back around. Maybe he got a little confused. All right. Let's get back into the second half of this battle. And they got to switch positions. Lead car's on the right, chase car's on the left.
This is not a typical way to do things.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's very, very different how we're doing it out here at UDC. You know, traditionally with a normal drifting comp, you have your line where the cars stage up, and then you got a burnout box, and then you're sending 2 cars at a time. You know, there's essentially a stoplight that you come up to, and then, you know, lead and chase are sent, and then they flip back around and restage and stop at the grid, and then they're sent down the track again, whereas we line the cars up on grid in essentially a hot pit, and then for the battles, you know, the 2 cars are sent out, and as they finish their lap, they're not stopping. They're just going to continue through kind of like a gentleman's agreement speed zone through that last turn there, down the first portion of the straightaway, switch positions, and just get straight into the next half of the battle. Definitely helps keep a faster pace and good flow. And these drivers are going to get a ton of seat time this weekend for it being a competition. I mean, coming into a competitive weekend of UDC, you'll get almost more seat time than you would in a standard grassroots event, because these guys are getting, guys and girls, are getting 10 laps, 5 battles in the first session, and then we go into sorry, let me back up a little bit. We do about an hour of practice where they can just go out and turn laps, and then we get into the first session of battles, and we've got 5 battles, 10 laps, and then we get into more practice, and then we get into another set of battles, and then we get into more fun laps, and then we get into finals, and then more fun laps. So, I mean, we've had events where drivers have done 60, 70, 80 laps in a day. How are we doing, chat? Thank you guys for tuning in. We got 35 of y'all watching the competition right now. Greatly, greatly appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. Where are you guys watching from? Who are you trying to support? Let's see some driver shout outs here. Let's get some support for the drivers in the chat. All right, coming into this next battle, we got Nate Pena in that 350Z and Jake Fleming in the E36. Nice smooth lead line by Nate there. Oh, and Jake's door came open in the chase. Thankfully, he was able to react quick enough and shut it mid-drift, mid-transition without it impeding his line too much, I think. That was a little sketchy. Might need to check on that in the pits. Good thing his car has a roll cage in it. He is still safe, whether or not the car has doors on it. And switching positions now. Jake with a nice big flick feint entry coming into this first outer zone. Nate surging in on him, chasing him down. E36 just smoking those tires off. Good proximity through that touch and go. Jake doing a killer job of hitting his marks here. Nate with a good transition timing behind him, sucking right back into that pocket. Oh, and contact made. I jinxed it. I spoke too soon. Nate got a little too excited there. Made some wheel-to-wheel contact. Didn't look too bad, though. Hopefully both cars are still driving straight. At least nothing has to be towed off track. And all right, that was a little risky business. You know, we had a door open, we had some contact. Chaos. We love we love to see the chaos, but we don't want the chaos to interfere with things going on. And let's see, let's loop back into the live chat. We got, hey, what's up from Pueblo? We got some support in Texas. We got some support for Jake Fleming. We got Daily Drifters saying, Hayden, hi, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Valerie rooting on Courtney and Forrest from Seattle. Heck yeah. And we got Marie rooting for the girlies, Caitlin, Courtney, and Patricia. Some support for Court and Forrest from Bend, Oregon. From Wyoming, rooting on the girls, Courtney, Patricia, and Caitlin. Heck yeah, big support for all the girls driving this weekend. Chase Bruner saying, let's go. Shout out to Levi and Forrest and Caitlin and Patricia and Courtney. Yup. And Alicia, Colorado, watching at work. Oh, there you go. Getting paid to watch. Love that. Here for the girls. Lots of support for the girls. And Ellie, yep, lots of support for the girls. I love to see girls coming into drifting and motorsports in general. We need more women in drifting and more women in motorsports as a whole, because like there's no reason for girls to not go hop in a driver's seat and learn how to drive. Like, you want to come kick some boys' ass, kick some butt. Kick some boys' butts. Then the UDC is the place to do it. In the lead, we've got, is that Benji in the E46? Silver E46 in the lead? I can't quite tell.
Or is it that white?
Oh no, that's Forrest in the Altezza. Sorry, my eyes are playing tricks on me. Forrest in the Altezza in the lead. And in the chase, in the yellow E36 is, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. Levi Waite in the yellow E36. Now they're going to switch positions. Let's see these guys run it back. And Sydney said they're on their way down from Wyoming for 2:35 tomorrow. Heck yeah, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Oh, look at that transition timing. That was flawless. I love to see that. Near contact there. Great timing by Forrest in the chase. Good mimicry of the lead line there. Nice. See, a nice fluid lead allows for an aggressive chase. That's what we want to see. And Forrest is on point with that transition timing. Because if you get it right as the chase driver, right, if you can transition just barely before the lead car, so that as the lead car is in transition and setting the car into zone, you're boom, right back in the pocket. Got some support for Nate in the chat. Yep, love to see it. And Eric said, this will eat some tires. Yeah, the track is fairly gritty. I'm curious to see after this session what the feedback is going to be in terms of tire consumption. Because I rode around the track on a little pit bike and then drove it in the rental car. And it kind of seems like a bit of a cheese grater. But I don't know. I've never driven it. And up next, this upcoming battle, we've got the E46 wagon, piloted by Jacob Shepard. And in the Nissan 350Z, we got Patricia Upton. I'm going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors and partners on board, not only this weekend, but all season long. We've got Cage Kits, SoFine USA, Race Club Fabrication, Low Eye Media, Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, Prisma Labs, NRG, Ignition Speed, TDMI Imports, Street Rivals, J&A Racing Oil, Vitor Tires, and Zestino Tires. We've got Race Treads on board, Black Widow Exhaust, and out here locally this weekend, we've got tire services from Gas, Jason Franklin. Thank you very much for coming out this weekend. And we've got Mateo's, a food vendor, as well as Caffeinated Creations, our coffee vendor. So if you guys are thirsty, you need some energy, you need some coffee, go over to Caffeinated Creations and grab a drink. And if you're feeling hungry, step on over to Mateo's and grab some tasty food. And of course, this goes without saying, thank you very much to PPIR for hosting us this weekend. It's amazing to have the opportunity to not only come out to Colorado for drifting, but to come to, PPIR and be hosting an event at Pikes Peak International Raceway. Very, very neat thing to be doing, and doing the live stream and trying to show some support for the local guys, get some exposure for y'all, and just have a great weekend of driving. Are we resetting cones? Is that what we're waiting on right now?
I'm not sure. I have my radio.
What are we doing?
Down.
What are we doing?
My radio down. We good out there?
See if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we got 15 drivers today. And then tomorrow, how's our driver count looking for tomorrow? We have more drivers tomorrow. Dang, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21 drivers tomorrow at least. I know there's a 30 driver cap for sign up tomorrow. Sometimes people kind of see the first day of 215 and see the live stream and everything. They're like, oh, I got to go sign up. I got to go drive tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get a couple more people and fill up that 30 driver cap and have an even rowdier day tomorrow.
And we do have the open track period.
Yes, and there are open track periods as well. So if you're sitting at home, if you're local, you can sign up and come out here and drive the course and drive with the other competitive drivers and get some seat time in with everybody.
Mm-hmm. There's about 5 hours scheduled today and 5 hours tomorrow. Obviously, we already had 1 hour gone this morning. So there's 4 more hours of
Yep.
open
There's basically
track.
a half a day of open track time between today, and then tomorrow there'll be another half day. And then Sunday will be a bit less because we're doing finals of 215 and 235, but there's still available seat time on Sunday. So lots of opportunity to get some laps in this weekend. Alrighty, coming into the next battle here. Getting back at it. Got Jacob Shepard in the lead there in that E46 BMW wagon, and Patricia Upton in that purple Nissan 350Z in the chase. Whoa, a bit of a wide transition there. Wagon seems to be struggling with that stock motor. I hear him clutch kicking the life out of it. Not too shabby. And welcome in to everybody new that is tuning in the live stream. I see we got some new heads in here. We're out here at PPIR. Welcome to UDC. We're running 215 tire competition today. 235 tire tomorrow, and then we got finals for 215 and 235 on Sunday. Drift dummies. Shout out Josh Diaz. I broke my car, but just picked up. No, you broke your car. Oh, you were supposed to drive tomorrow. No. Oh, that sucks to hear that it broke. How did the car break? What happened? You know, now that you mention it, I think I saw your Instagram post that it looked like almost like a ball joint or like lower control arm failure or something. Now, coming into this next battle, we got Jeff Coonrod in that red K-Series FRS, and in the, looks like tan Miata, brown Miata, we got Ross Hagberg. Jeff taking the lead here, putting a nice gap on the run-up, smoking those tires on initiation. Where is the Miata? There he is, sucking in. Kind of cutting line to try to get some proximity there. Jeff looking solid in the lead, getting nice and close with that wall, flirting through the marbles. All right, let's see them switch positions. Miata taking the lead there. Jeff in the chase. Giving a little bit of a comfort zone there in the chase. And no error. Mistake by the Miata in the lead. Overcooking the tires. Kind of put it at too much angle there. Maybe a bit too much wheel speed. And unfortunately shut it down through the first outer zone. Jeff is going to maintain and overtake him. And, Jeff shuts it down. So because of the error of the lead driver and the lead driver shutting it down, technically the chase driver does not have to complete the run because the lead driver zeros for points. Up next, in the pink Lexus IS300, we got Caitlin Jones. And in the white BMW E36, we got Gardner Dominic. I see Caitlin huck in that Lexus sedan. Bit of an interesting line choice on initiation there, kind of missing OZ1 a little bit, but looking good through OZ2. A wide transition there through inner clip 2. Little shallow through that other OZ, but making it up through the last 2 zones. You know, may have made a couple mistakes in terms of car placement in the zones, but still maintained a nice fluid lead line. You know, didn't straighten out, not too much of a bobble there. Gardner looking solid there, smoking those tires. Put a gap on the chase car. Caitlin coming in, trying to close that gap in the chase through the last outer. Oh, thank you for the correction. Josh Diaz, Drift Dummies, Gas is a Rapid Design Company. I don't know how I got that mixed up. Somebody told me incorrect information. Springs Tire and Auto is who's doing the tires with Jason Franklin. All right, shout out to Springs Tire and Auto. Thank you for the correction. Nate Pena in the lead there. Courtney Verts in the chase, getting nice and aggressive on the chase, putting it on his door. Oh, and Nate DB'd the tire. Oh, that's unfortunate.
You know,
He stayed in drift. He managed to hold it down, it seemed like. That just sucks that he won't be able to do the second half of his battle. So he's going to miss out on some points. Courtney's going to go out for a bye run. Cool the car down. Do a little sight lap. I love the pink flames and like the two-tone on that S13.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great.
All right, coming into this next battle, some BMW on BMW action here. We got Levi Waite in the lead in that yellow E36, Jake Fleming in the chase in the black and white E36. Both very similar cars, but drastically different setups. Solid lead there, filling those zones. He's looking more and more comfortable as this session is going on. Really sticking that car where it should be. Nice and wide through each of the outers. And he came in nice and hot through even the first couple of zones with a lot of speed and momentum. Now let's see how Levi does in the chase and Jake does in the lead now. Big aggressive feint entry to angle. Staying on angle. Good transition timing there into that third out OZ. Jake looking dialed in the lead. I feel like Levi doesn't have the power in that yellow car to be able to left foot brake and walk it like how Jake is in the lead. So he, kind of compromised and had to take a bit of a shallower angle inner line there because he can't just like dog walk the car sideways. This next battle is going to consist of Jeff Coonrod in the red FRS and Forrest Verts in the silver Toyota Altezza. Coming in hot. Nice e-brake pull entry there by Jeff in the lead. Looking wide through OZ1. Yep, again, we got another good battle here. Forrest applying the pressure on Jeff. Seemed like Jeff kind of scrubbed some speed there through that fourth outer, but still looking good, very consistent. Forrest is just really putting it on him, applying the pressure. Not much room for error there. And it seems like Jeff debeated a tire as well, maybe. Is that what I saw from that driver rear tire? It looked like the wheel was riding on the ground. Yep, looks like Jeff has an issue with the vehicle, and Forrest is going to go out for a solo lap. Look at that tire smoke. Man, that thing looks good.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Sounds like he's in third, and then after the touch and go, he's downshifting second. Or maybe he's in fourth and third. I don't know. No, that's second gear. And the sound of a 1J screaming never gets old. I love it. Yeah, finish line is after the last outer zone. To answer your question, Eric. And Patricia in the lead in the 350Z, chasing her down in the Mazda Miata is Ross Hagberg. So Patricia Upton in the lead there. Smoking out that 350Z. Looking solid through that outer zone there. Transition now into last OZ and a bit shallow through the last outer. But all in all, not a bad run. Seems like Ross is really kind of like struggling with the low power of that Miata today in this it's a very long, fast layout.
For sure.
But he's out here, he's trying, he's doing the thing. That fill to OZ2 is really good. Transition now, hitting good. Proximity on inner clip there. Looking solid by the lead. Oh, I just realized he's got the like warbird mouth, the fighter jet mouth on the side of the car. That's pretty cool. And we're getting there. We're getting towards the last handful of battles of this session. Once this run group is done, then we're going to go to a bit of a break and do some practice laps, right?
Yeah, so like we talked about, scheduled we had 5 hours worth of open track, but we're eliminating a run group today, so that opens up 2 more hours.
Got it.
So we will probably take about an hour and a half of open track right now.
Okay.
That'll get us back on the same schedule.
Onto our same timeline, right. So yeah, after these battles are complete, we're going to do about an hour and a half of downtime for the stream. Drivers are going to be able to just go out and have fun and do their thing, get some practice in before the next session. And let's see, it'll be close to about 1 o'clock-ish. It's 12:55 right now. Within the next probably about 10 minutes, we'll be done with battles. And then, so that means by about 2:30-ish, we should be back live again for the next session, probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm just trying to...
So yeah, next session should be around like 2:30, 3 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I had, I saved it in the chat. Oh, because I just have the mixed one still. I have A and Z, not just the singular schedule.
What time is A group supposed to start for a second round?
2.
So that's...
So in an hour,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah, we'll come back in about an hour then.
So about an hour, okay.
Looks like Josh might actually come. He said in the chat, what time's the next session? Sweet, I'll make it in time.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, and coming into this next battle, I hear the cars going out. Where's the drone at? Oh, static cam?
Something's happening.
Maybe. Streams on, yep, there we go, static cam, okay. Almost made it without having to swap batteries in the drone.
Yeah, the drones have been doing a great...
They have, yeah, things have been going smoothly. So we got that E46 wagon in the lead there, piloted by Jacob Shepard and Courtney Verts in that S13. Unfortunately, we didn't have a drone for that run. Just got to stare at me and then stare at the static cam of the other cars. So sorry about that one. Again, all the drivers that are signing up for, whether it's this round or the previous rounds, take advantage of the deals and opportunities through the partnered companies. We got Cage Kits, SoFine USA, Race Club Fabrication, Low Eye Media, Cat Daddy Tuning, Society, Drift Japan, Prisma Labs, NRG, Ignition Speed, TDMI Imports, Street Rivals, J&A Racing Oil, Vitor Tires, Sestino Tires, Race Treads on Board, Black Widow Exhaust. Any of these companies that I just listed off, if you're driving in the series, then you guys can, hit them up, go through UDC, and get good deals on the services and parts that they all offer. And also, the winners, you get some cool stuff. You get some cash at the end of the day. You get some prizes. Get a trip to Japan maybe this weekend, so that'll be neat.
today, but the guys from Australia who run Drift Japan, they're here today
Yes.
driving in the comp.
Yes, they are. Yep.
I think they had some car issues. So
Okay, yeah, because I saw them
running.
at the very beginning,
Yeah.
but didn't see them through the rest of that session.
Make sure to go chat with those guys if you're out here and get yourself booked out for a trip to Japan.
Yep, we got Benke Bruin and Ben Augers. So they came out from Australia and they own Drift Japan. They do the all-inclusive Japan drifting tours. It's like a 10-day long thing to where you go out and drive through different courses, hop in a couple different cars, go see some sights. Lots of fun stuff. The whole Japanese drifting experience extravaganza. Jake Fleming in the lead in that BMW E36. Nate Pena in the chase in the 350Z. Looking solid now, transitioning into last OZ. Nate kind of surging in there. A little shallow, but looking good. And now let's see them switch positions and hammer back down that straightaway. Get straight back into it. Nate with a good entry there. Good fill of OZ1. Kissing good fill of OZ2. Transitioning now to the touch and go. Looking good there. Barely missing OZ3. Transitioning now back into the wall. Good proximity. Good fill of that next zone. Jake looking good in the chase there, mimicking that lead line. Solid run from both drivers. And it looks like that is going to conclude our last battle of our first session of 215 comp today. So everybody watching the stream, make sure you guys tune in about an hour, about 2 o'clock. Is that what we're on pace for, Caden? Okay, at about 2 o'clock, we're going to start up our second heat session and second round of battles for comp today. So stick around, turn those notifications on, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the social medias, and make sure you guys come check back in an hour. And while I'm here, thank you again so much to Pikes Peak International Raceway for hosting us this weekend. Thank you to all of the drivers that have come out and supported UDC and come and driven with us. And thank you to all of the volunteers and staff and just everyone here at the track, all the media, all the crew, all the drivers. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and making this happen. Alrighty, and I'm going to sign off for now. So I will be back in about an hour. Hope to see you.